It's a beautiful morning here at Dreyfoos School of the Arts. I'm Jack Reagan.
And I'm Bernice Gregoire. Today on our show, we take a look at this year's Fall Theater production, and we find out more about a historical item on campus.
We also cover open house and a hidden passion of one of our teachers. Welcome to DSOA Today Morning News. Last week, our reporters had the privilege to film behind the scenes of Romeo and Juliet. They talked to the director as well as the costume designer to help us understand how much work goes into making the show. Reporter Dylan Pollack has the story.
When we got into the callback process, a lot of what we looked at was voice and connection to the voice, and if students were successful with that, that certainly gave them a benefit in terms of the casting process. And then the next day was a fight call, and so we looked at how the actors moved physically and if they could handle sword play and the intentions that would go behind that. I think the easiest way to make it authentic is to make it personal to the actors.
For the costumes, definitely research, a lot of research. A lot of the inspiration came from different colors, pictures. Costume mishaps, they usually happen in the spur of the moment. So we just try to handle it as quickly as possible and as efficient as possible. So the actors can go on stage with their costume on, and so that it's just done pretty good.
Mr. Barfield, the director, told me that he wanted to present Shakespeare as it was originally presented, which would be in the Globe Theater. So given the concept of the Globe Theater, I basically recreated it in the space we have in Meyer Hall.
Thank you to the theater department and to all crew members of Romeo and Juliet. The reviews are amazing and we encourage all students to attend.
Recently, it was brought to the school's attention that one of the library's piano is older than originally believed. When the upright Steinway & Sons piano was getting tuned earlier this year, the piano technician noted that the upright was 100 years old. A piano that old is valued from $2,500 to $15,000 in good condition. If those keys could talk, imagine the music that has entertained audiences for a century. Stop by and create your own masterpiece in the Media Center.
The environment of Dreyfoos is that of a family, a large dysfunctional family, but a family all in the same. Each new school year brings new faces to the campus. This year we welcome 5 new teachers. In this special report, our team would like to introduce you to one of those new faces, the Science Department's Mr. Luba.
The Science Department has a recent addition to their staff. Mr. Luba began teaching chemistry earlier this year and has already gained a lot from his experience.
Well, I don't have a previous experience at Dreyfoos. This is my first year here. What made me decide to come here was that I really wanted to be in this environment. I only wanted to apply to top schools to be in a good program, and I feel that Dreyfoos was definitely at the top, so I applied here, hoping that I would get a job. But I've taught at a couple different places, kind of a varied background. I taught English in Japan for about a year and a half. I taught at a chem lab at FIU. For a while, that was really exciting, and I taught at Wellington High School last year. I taught English actually last year. I'm certified in biology, English, and chemistry. Teaching at Dreyfoos has definitely lived up to my expectations and went beyond that as well. There were some things before I got here I didn't even anticipate. Seeing students talking about what they were going to do outside classroom, their auditions, their projects they were working on. So just the quality of students is great here at Dreyfoos. They're very motivated in class. They're also really motivated outside of school. The students are just functioning at a high level, so it's really exciting to teach them. The faculty that I work with are amazing. They have a lot of teaching experience. They know what they're doing, and they're super helpful for me. So all that stuff combined is just really helping me out and just exceeding what I thought was going to happen here at Dreyfoos. It's a great place to be.
I'm Nicole Colomé for DSOA Today. Now back to the anchors.
Every year, parents are invited to campus for curriculum night. On this evening, parents are able to find out more about what is being covered in their child's classes. We now go to Nicole Colomé for further insights into this event.
Part of the lab that I'm going to do, but it also lets me know how many of you guys hit happy hour before you got here.
Last Wednesday, parents had the opportunity to walk in students' shoes during open house. They had a chance to meet with teachers and gain insight into what students will be learning throughout the year. We spoke with Head of Science Department Stephen Anand about his experience.
I get a chance to meet your parents. I get a chance to talk to them a little bit, and I also get a chance to introduce myself a little bit better. Sometimes I think the portrayals from students to their parents are a little different than what the parents get to see when they get to meet me. I also take an opportunity at open house to introduce the parents to my family. So I feel like since they're students' family coming in to meet me, that I kind of owe it to them to introduce them to my family. Way back when I was a little younger, it was a little intimidating because the parents were like my parents' age and stuff. But as I've grown up a little bit, the parents and I are much closer in age, and it's a lot less stressful at this point. I don't think a week goes by that I don't tell my students to go home and hug their parents, because it is easily the hardest job I've ever had in my life. And right now, my respect for parents has increased dramatically.
I'm Nicole Palme from DSOA Today. Now back to the anchors.
Thank you, Nicole. We all know our teachers are passionate about their subjects. We see them in their classrooms every day, taking time out of lunch to host club meetings, and some of us even secretly believe that they actually live here on campus. DSOA Today reporter Savion Cohen takes a look at one of our teachers' secret hobbies.
John Bauer, a teacher for 39 years, loves to birdwatch. Ever since he was 10 years old, he knew that birdwatching was a passion of his. And to this day, he takes time out of every day to do a little birdwatching. All you need is a nice pair of binoculars and a bird book. But what makes birdwatching so very enjoyable? I had a chance to sit down with him after school and ask him that very same question. Mr. Bauer, over your many years of birdwatching, have you ever had any, dangerous experiences? Like where a bird attacked you and you got really scared?
Okay, well, there was one time the grackle came after me. Specifically, it came after my bald head.
Thank you, Savion and Mr. Bauer. If you know of a teacher's secret hobby or talent, let one of our reporters know so we can highlight them.
Now for some school news. Seeds Literary Arts magazine is now accepting submissions for their cultural contest. Submission types include translation pieces, original songs, photos taken in countries that you have ancestry from, cultural traditions, costume design, family roots, and visual pieces. There will be 2 written winners and 2 visual winners who will receive prizes and will be published in the 2015-2016 edition of Seeds. Submission forms can be found in the Seeds boxes in English classes. The deadline to submit is November 30th. Seniors, if you have not been measured for your graduation cap and gown, please come to Student Services.
The following clubs will be meeting today during lunch. There will be a Best Buddies meeting in Miss Cleary's room 2205 and an event at the Siegel Academy after school. The first Multicultural Club meeting will be held in Miss Canoe's room 3309.
Looking ahead, Chess Club will be meeting during lunch on Friday in Miss Holland's room 2207. There will be a Girls Learn International meeting this Friday in Miss Howard's room 4201. We now break for a commercial brought to you by the National Honor Society. That's all the news for you today, Dreyfoos. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at DSOA Today. I'm Jack Reagan.
And I'm Bernice Gregoire. Have a great day, Dreyfoos.